first issue, this is away from the campaigns, guys. An unarmed black teen, Treyvon Martin, shot and killed by apparently an overzealous neighborhood watch captain in Florida, is how we, and specifically law enforcement, how we perceive and treat young black men in America still an issue.
Yeah, it's sure an issue. Race is a river that's run through the history of this country, and it's a boiling river. And unfortunately, there's so many media outlets out there stoking this fear of the different, xenophobia, homophobia, racism, or whatever it is. So you mix that with this Florida law, Stand Your Ground law, which has been pushed by the NRA and the American Legislative Exchange Council, ALEC, and you've got a situation where someone who here looks clearly paranoid, this George Zimmerman, can shoot and kill an African-American kid. Zimmerman's got a 9mm. The kid has a bag of Skittles and iced tea. The kid is dead. He can't testify, and no prosecution, no arrest yet of this guy. It's a problem with this Stand Your Ground legislation. We knew it was coming, and here it is.
Michael Berry.
Well, the sad reality is we have fatherless homes across America. We have young black men who have no opportunities. They're growing up in broken homes, and it's sad that the father figures they look to, the media figures they look to, and the politicians they look to just keep telling them that white people hate them. I don't know what happened in this case, and none of us do yet. The court system should work. But what troubles me more is how many young men wearing hoodies walking through neighborhoods when police officers pull up and they are committing a crime, they fight cops or they run from them. And that's terrible because they've been taught that white people hate them because that serves the Democrats well. And that's sad. It's making law enforcement unsafe and putting them at danger and these young black men. This is just another case in America. It shouldn't be elevated to some race riot.
You know, I just have to respond. You cannot say Treyvon Martin is because he may be fatherless. He is the victim here, and there's plenty known from the Miami Herald and the Orlando Sentinel that you can read right now if you want to be up on this case, and it points to something very troubling that has nothing to do with fatherless African Americans.
You know what?
With George W. Bush.
You know what, guys, and Carl, you as a stand-up comedian should know this. How you finish is important. I was about to commend both of you on your thoughtful responses to that first question. You didn't need the add-on, Carl.
Yes, Carl.
Moving right along.
But I want your commendation so badly. I botched it.
Moving right along. Back to the campaign trail. Michael Berry, assuming Mitt Romney is the presidential nominee, who will be his running mate?
Oh, I don't know. The beauty is there are a number of great choices out there. I think Alan West is not sufficiently seasoned. But he's a popular guy, I think, particularly amongst the base. It's very popular. You look at a Marco Rubio, who also brings Florida to the table. There are a number of different people. I don't think it matters because whoever he picks is the next vice president. And President Obama is so incredibly unpopular that I think you could pretty much pick anybody. But the beauty is there is a whole landscape of talented leadership available to whoever the nominee will be. And you know, it's an embarrassment of riches. And then again, that person gets to debate against Joe Biden. I mean, could anything be better?
I apologize for what sounded like we stepped on a cat during the first part of your answer, but Carl, what turned to you?
Well, you know, my outburst was because I actually thought he was going to say Alan West would be a great candidate for the VP spot, but he said he needed seasoning. He's already seasoned with crazy sauce to begin with. I cannot believe you even mentioned this guy as a possible candidate, Alan West, but for God's sake, he would be representative of your party, though. I think the obvious choice for Mitt Romney is Marco Rubio. But look, you talk about President Obama being unpopular. There isn't one Republican candidate for president out there that is within 20 points of President Obama's popularity. These guys, Gingrich and Santorum and Romney, are so unpopular, and more so as people listen to them every day. I don't see it, Michael.
All right, guys, finally, for all the jokes we heard this week about the Etch-A-Sketch comment, let's be real here. Isn't it true that campaigns are dynamic and the message often changes, Carl?
Yeah, the message should change because people should be open to learn and grow. But the problem with Mitt Romney, and this Etch-A-Sketch comment is typical of it, is you look at this guy over his political career, he has no core convictions. And I absolutely don't agree with Rick Santorum or Newt Gingrich on their message. But I absolutely agree with them for pouncing on this comment by the top aide yesterday. They are right to pounce on it. If Republicans want someone reflective of their party's philosophy, it cannot be Mitt Romney.
Michael Berry.
I mean, not everybody can have the deep core conviction to run on such a principled, detailed position as hope and change and throw in a little yes, we can. Good grief. The difference is Republicans demand details and Democrats think from the heart. Let's have a little hope and change and yes, we can. And when you offer details, you got to stand behind them. I mean, that's going to be a difficulty for Romney because Romney, in order to fix the country's woes, in order to win the conservative vote, you're going to have to do tough things. The Democrats want to be patted on the back and told everybody can have a handout, free contraception, more welfare, more unemployment. And Romney can't do that. If he runs to the right, he wins the election.
I'm sorry to throw out this chance for commendation again from my friend, Mr. Paul Lindman, but you didn't see details because you didn't listen for details. Barack Obama said he would get Osama bin Laden, he would expand S-chip, he would stop Don't Ask, Don't Tell, among many other things. He's done those. There were details.
You're better than this. You're better than
you weren't paying attention.
Don't do this.
Michael, you know what's going on here. He puts all of this on his show, but we'll cut out a lot of it. Michael Berry.
Just like the right wing to censor. We don't.
The thoughts of Michael Berry and Carl Wolfson. Paul's panel on the Morning Update. Guys, thanks as always.
Thank you.
Hope and change.
I hope you'll change.
Thanks, Michael.